So they've bought the property, ordered the paint and the bathroom suite and are ready to rock and roll.
But have they got 5-star reviews or the thumbs down?
Let's go back and find out.
Time now to return to fashionable Notting Hill in West London. Earlier in the programme, Colin had bought a studio flat in the attic of this imposing building for $252,000. But the tiny flat needed a total refurbishment. Colin had run his own bathroom retail business for 11 years, but had recently been forced to close it. So he was hoping that property developing would be his future.
What do you think you can do with this little tiny flat?
Well, I think I can make it a lot bigger. And one of the things about this property is that the walls either side of it actually sail over the roof. And I can make it a lot wider by building between them without too much extra work.
4.5 months have passed and we've returned to see how he got on. From the outside, things don't look too different. It seems as though Colin wasn't able to stick to his original plan of extending the roof space. But inside, he has completely transformed the place. Despite being refused permission to convert the roof, he still managed to alter the layout, turning it from a studio into a one-bedroom flat. The front of the former living area has been divided into two, creating a luxury galley-style kitchen on one side. While the other side of the divide has been combined with the former kitchen and now makes the bedroom. The rest of the original living space at the back of the flat has been opened up. And the bathroom's been transformed into a wet room. With a new skylight and luxury fittings. Very classy. Because he was refused planning permission to extend, this meant Colin had to be creative about how he used the space in this renovation.
As you come into the flat from the stairs, one of the things that I thought was most imposing and unwelcoming was the wall that was here and the door that went across here. So I took that out and brought this whole space into this hall area, which I think makes it feel a lot bigger. I've also curved this wall here behind me. Over here I've moved this wall here behind me over a little bit to make the kitchen narrower, make the bedroom bigger. So coming through into the kitchen, one of the things I thought would help a lot in a very narrow space was this oven. When you pull it right down flat, the door tucks away, which I thought was great, particularly, as I say, in this very tight space.
The flat's been rewired and the plumbing's been replaced. Colin's done the vast majority of work himself, but who else has helped?
I used an electrician who I'm related to, my cousin. He helped out for most of the job. We both did the decorating. I had a carpenter for about 6 of the 10 weeks we were here. And other than that, just plasterers.
With it being the top floor flat, getting all the materials in and out wasn't easy. But judging by the finish, it's been well worth the effort.
In the eaves here, normally a bit of dead space, I've put these sliding cupboards into that space. So they're the same on both sides. There's a drawer in the top here. And the idea is, there's a little bit of storage in the top here, but also a rail in the middle here for hang all your clothes underneath there in that shelf. So yeah, that's the idea.
As space was at a premium, Colin used a frameless shower door in the bathroom and a wall-hung loo and basin. They keep the floor clear, adding to the feeling of space. But how much has he had to spend?
Originally, I'd planned to spend around 60,000. That was with a new roof. And in actual fact, I think my budget, in terms of the build cost, it's coming at about 35, and I think I would have probably spent 20 to 25 on the roof. So the numbers are pretty much come up to expectations.
But Colin did have to arrange some more expensive short-term finance to complete on the flat, as the original loan he'd arranged fell through. What effect did that have on the numbers?
It's probably easier for me to think in terms of how much I've spent altogether, including purchase price and stamp duty, solicitors' fees, etc., and I would say the flat owes me about £315,000. So whatever I can get for it after that would be my margin.
Time now to get some valuations and professional verdicts from 2 local estate agents.
I particularly like what they've done with the storage. I think they've obviously put a lot of time and thought into it, and it's come out really well. To create that extra space, and particularly the hanging being so low level, I think they've worked it well.
There's not a lot of space to work with here, but by removing corridors and opening the space up, you're certainly getting the most out of the space that's there.
They've done a particularly good job on the bathroom. Getting the natural light in is really good. By raising the loo and the basin, it just creates a bigger feeling of floor space.
Kitchen's been designed to a high standard. Put it all in there as well, which is surprising given the limited amount of space that the owner was working with.
How much is the flat now worth? Colin paid $252,000 at auction, and taking his outlay into account would need over $315,000 to show any profit.
I'd anticipate being able to achieve around £380,000 for the sale of this property.
I would expect the property to achieve, when it comes to the market, something in the region of £400,000.
Well, that valuation range would produce a gross profit of between £65,000 and £85,000.
380 to 400 is actually better than I would have thought. Either one would be quite good. I'd be quite happy with that.
You have to admire Colin's attitude. Having lost his bathroom retail business after 11 years, he's certainly picked himself up. And judging from this, it looks like this could be a springboard for the future.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been worth it, more than worth it. The money aside, I've enjoyed it. It's been a great experience, but the numbers you've just given me obviously make it even better. Yeah, I'm very pleased.
Well, that's all the auction action for today.
Join us next time for more budding bidders on Homes Under the Hammer.
We'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.